If you love a good cheeseburger, this is such a fun way to switch things up, especially if you have kids. So today we're going to be turning all those classic cheeseburger flavors into these delicious cheesy rolls. Let's go. Hey lovelies, welcome back to Miss Indecisive's Kitchen, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Let's dive right into it without beating around the bushes. To my bowl, I'm gonna add some lukewarm water, and that's 1/4 cup. Next, I'm gonna add some lukewarm milk, and that's 3/4 cup. After that, I'm gonna go in with my granulated sugar, and this is 1/4 cup. And finally, for this step, I'm gonna be adding 2/4 teaspoon of instant yeast, and this is the one I'm using. Now we're gonna combine everything we just added in this bowl and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes until it gets foamy on the top. And that's how you know your yeast is good to go. While the yeast is doing its thing, I melted the butter and set it aside to cool so it's ready to go when I need it. For the full list of ingredients, be sure to check the description box below. The yeast is all ready, and guess what? I totally forgot about it. It went for about 15 to 16 minutes instead of the 5 to 10 minutes. It still had the foam on top, so you know it was still good. So I added my melted butter that I had cooled before along with 1 egg. Give that a little mix to combine everything, and then we're gonna go in with our dry ingredients. I am using 3.5 cups of flour, and I'm using bread flour to be specific, and 1 teaspoon of salt. In some cases you may need to use up to 4 cups. And this is a part that I absolutely hate. I hate getting my hands sticky. Like, I don't know, I can't even explain how it feels, but I just don't like the process. I hate kneading with my hands, but that's what we're doing today. I thought about using the dough hook on the mixer, but I opted not to. So we're gonna be kneading for 8 to 10 minutes until the dough is smooth and slightly tacky a bit. And in this case, you know, you can use oil if needed. I had to use it so that the dough wouldn't constantly stick to my hand. Oops. Jesus have mercy. I OD'd on the oil. My gosh. I'm gonna keep working the dough. So this is what the dough is looking like. Don't mind how my bowl look. We went to war. I'm gonna place the dough in this bowl that I lightly greased ahead of time and allow it to rise. Leave it covered for 1 to 1.5 hours until it's doubled in size thereabout. In the meantime, we're gonna get started on the beef. We have our onions and some Worcestershire sauce, along with our powdered seasonings, and pardon me if I don't call it right. We have all-purpose Italian seasoning, smoked paprika, black pepper, and if you want you can add some red pepper flakes as well, but I'm doing this for my kids and I'm trying not to let it be too spicy. Cook the onions until they're a bit translucent. Then we're going to add the beef, and you're going to cook that until it's browned and drain any excess grease that you may have afterwards. If you don't want to go through the hassle of draining, you can also add a paper towel to the pot, like turn your heat down of course, and use it to absorb any excess grease that you may have and discard off afterwards. I've drained the excess oil. Now I'm going to add the salt. Our dough is ready. We're going to punch it down to get the air out. And now we're going to section into 8 to 10 pieces. The pastry mat wasn't cooperating, so I just cleaned my counter extremely well, and that's what I'll be using today. Now that I've sectioned them, I'm going to just use a rolling pin to kind of roll them out a bit and then lay the beef in and add the cheese. And be careful not to roll it too thin, because I did that with about 2 of them, because this was my second time making them. I made them the night before. The kids loved them so much and I decided to give it another try again and, you know, do a little tutorial vid, because why not? I didn't put too much beef inside of the roll itself because they don't like when it has a lot of beef in. So if you're the type that loves a lot, then you can perhaps look into putting more in yours. And you can also probably add pickles and stuff, but they're not gonna eat the pickles nor the onions if it's in there like that. Once you add your beef and the cheese of choice, you are just going to fold over like I'm doing in the video and then kind of slightly pinch it together tightly and place the pinch side or the seam side down on the parchment paper that's inside the baking pan you're going to use. After we're through, we're going to just cover the rolls and let them sit for another 20 to 30 minutes. Cover them loosely, and just before we put them in the oven, we're going to mix together an egg yolk along with some heavy cream and brush each dough ball, and this will give them that nice golden look when they're done baking. And a little before you start this step, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375 just so it's nice and hot when you're ready to put them in. Set your timer for 18 to 22 minutes or until they're golden brown, but then you don't want to leave them in for too long waiting on that golden brown perfection, so just be sure to keep an eye on. While they're baking, we're going to combine some melted butter with crushed garlic. If you have garlic powder, feel free to use that as well. And I don't have any fresh parsley leaves, so I am just going to be using some dried parsley leaves, and then whisk that together real good. As soon as the cheeseburger rolls come out of the oven, you're gonna brush generously with the garlic and butter mixture. I wish you could smell these right now. They are smelling so good. And this is how they're looking. These were an instant hit with my kids. When I say they love them so much. So much so, I'm looking forward to making a third batch, but that's gonna be it for now because, you know, you can't do OD it. You can make a dip to go with these if you like, but again, I didn't make any because my kids are low-key picky sometimes, so I just did the rolls as is. Just a reminder, don't forget to check the description box for the ingredient list. Please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss the next upload that we'll be doing, and don't forget to share the video with someone you think would want to try these. And if you do decide to make these for yourself, be sure to comment below and let me know how you like them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.